Every crunch you hear when you bite into a Dorito hides a story most people never imagine. A story of roaring machines, blistering heat, razor-sharp precision, and millions of tiny decisions happening every single day. Somewhere in the world, right now, an industrial giant is transforming simple corn into one of the most recognizable snacks on the planet, at a speed and scale that borders on unbelievable. Doritos aren't just chips, they're a global obsession. Every year, billions of these triangular snacks are consumed across continents, cultures, and languages. They sit on supermarket shelves, appear at parties, fuel road trips, and vanish by the handful during late-night cravings. But behind that familiar bag is a factory that operates like a perfectly timed symphony, producing up to 70,000 bags every single day. Doritos have become more than a snack. They represent flavor, boldness, and crunch on a global scale. With a market value reaching into the billions, Doritos dominate shelves in dozens of countries, offering a wide range of flavors designed to satisfy every craving. Yet for all their fame, few people ever stop to ask how something so ordinary is made with such extraordinary precision. To find the answer, we have to step inside the factory, where timing, heat, and motion come together to create perfection by the thousands. Long before Doritos became a household name, they were nothing more than a happy accident. In the early 1960s, a marketing executive named Arch West noticed something unusual while visiting a small restaurant in Southern California. Broken tortillas, discarded simply because they didn't meet visual standards. Where others saw waste, Arch saw opportunity. He imagined those scraps cut into triangles, fried until golden, and seasoned for flavor. That simple idea would change snack history forever. The name Doritos comes from a Spanish word meaning little golden things, a humble name for what would become one of the world's most iconic snacks. By the late 1980s, Doritos had risen to become the best-selling chips on the planet, a position they continue to hold today. Every Dorito starts its life far from the factory floor. It begins in vast cornfields, harvested by enormous machines designed for speed and precision. These harvesters cut each stalk carefully, protecting the grains from damage and preserving quality. The scale is staggering. Up to 140 tons of corn can be harvested in a single day, ensuring a constant supply to meet global demand. Once collected, the corn is transported to processing facilities, where it is cleaned, dried, and carefully prepared for transformation. Dust, stones, and impurities are removed using vibrating machines, while moisture levels are adjusted with precision. Even a small imbalance could affect the final texture of the chip. Inside the factory, towering silos store massive quantities of corn, feeding the production line around the clock. The corn is first cooked in water at near boiling temperatures, then transferred to large soaking tanks. Here, time does the work. Over several hours, the kernels absorb moisture, softening enough for their outer husks to be removed. Once separated, the hydrated corn moves on for grinding. Heavy, rotating millstones crush the softened kernels into a smooth, warm dough. Water is added gradually until the consistency is just right. Sensors and inspectors monitor every batch, checking moisture, temperature, and texture. Only dough that meets exact standards moves forward. The dough is pressed into thin sheets and rolled into long ribbons. This is where Doritos begin to take their famous shape. Specialized rollers fitted with triangular cutters punch out thousands of identical chips every minute. Without seasoning, a Dorito is just a tortilla chip. Flavor is where identity is born. The freshly fried chips tumble into massive rotating drums. A light spray of oil coats their surface, allowing seasoning to cling perfectly. Then comes the flavor blend, a carefully guarded mix of cheeses, spices, and enhancers. As the drum rotates, the chips gently collide, distributing seasoning evenly while minimizing breakage. Every movement is calculated, every gram is measured. This is where Doritos become Doritos. Once seasoned, the chips travel along long cooling conveyors to stabilize before packaging. High-speed machines then take over, weighing and sorting the chips with incredible accuracy. When the weight is just right, the chips fall into bags formed and sealed in real time. Nitrogen gas is injected to remove oxygen, preserving freshness and creating an air cushion that protects the chips during transport. Each bag contains roughly 100 Doritos. 8 bags are packed into a single box, ready to leave the factory. By the end of each day, the factory has produced up to 70,000 bags of Doritos. Over the course of a year, that number surpasses 18 million bags, each one destined for stores around the world. From this single facility, Doritos cross oceans and borders, reaching consumers in countless countries, all sharing the same unmistakable crunch. One day, one of those bags ends up in your hands. You tear it open. The aroma escapes. You grab a chip and hear that familiar crunch. In that moment, you're tasting more than corn and seasoning. You're tasting heat, precision, and decades of refinement. You're holding the result of millions of tiny decisions made every single day. The next time you eat a Dorito, remember this. Behind every triangle is a story of humble beginnings, massive machines, and an extraordinary journey from a field of corn to a global icon.